My name is Nikki, and I am the chosen one. Or so my mom tells me. First off, as we did last week, I'm going to have to ask that you leave your inner autocorrect at the door so that we can come up with the stupidest stuff that we can come up with for the sake of getting it out of our systems, or who knows, maybe we're gonna make the next bo. Or, yeah. Last week we talked about characters, this week we're talking about plot. It's been mentioned in little tiny pieces throughout the series so far, but what exactly is plot? Basically, it's defined as the progression of a story. It's also what's behind all those plot triangle thingies that you see in first and second grade classrooms across the country. God bless America. It's the difference between someone standing still and someone moving. And if we're talking about it in terms of relationship between audience and book, then if characters tell us why we care, the plot tells us what we care about. Now, a lot of people have simplified this kind of stuff into 3, 4, 2, 7 different types of plot, but I'm going to do better. Actually, I already have. In the first episode, I said that the foundation of a story was this. Take a guy, put him in some trouble, and see how he gets out. Now, there are a lot of different ways to do this, and they're typically split into 4 different categories. Man versus man, man versus self, man versus society, and man versus circumstance. Here's a shortcut defining each of these types. First off, man versus man. Superheroes. Usually people can make the type of allowance that, oh, I think that this superhero is best defined as man versus so-and-so. And if you're a good superhero, you're going to have more than one different type of plot going for you. But in the most basic sense, when you have a superhero formula, you're going to have a superhero and a villain that matches him. That's what creates the conflict. Batman has a Joker, Thor has Loki, Daredevil has Wilson Fisk, so on and so forth. BT Dubs, who else is excited for Daredevil Season 2? I'm so pumped. The fight is on the streets. The conflict is external. You've got some dude literally punching some other dude in the face. That is man versus man. Man versus self. Werewolves. This is when the conflict is internal. When, as the title implies, you are literally fighting yourself. I don't know, maybe it's external too. Maybe you're punching yourself in the face. Werewolves are a good quick reference for this because their inner demons are physically embodied. Man versus society. X-Men. Now, I know I already used superheroes in this list, but I think that the X-Men are a really great example because a lot of the conflict in their universe comes from their anti-mutant society. This is when the conflict isn't internal, but not quite external either. It's against prejudice. It takes place in other people's minds, and the resolution isn't geared towards getting rid of the unhappy people, it's making everyone happy. Man versus circumstance. Zombies. This is when the fight is taken to the world itself, and the resolution isn't victory, but survival. You live in a world of zombies, and there's not really much you can do about it. It's just they're there. It's just like living in a world of plants. What are you gonna do? Get rid of all the plants? You have very little power, and instead of using that to end the threat, you use it to endure the threat. If you've got a character that you love, try putting him in any one of these situations. If it seems believable, then great, you got your story. If not, take it to fanfic.com. This is already going on pretty long, so I'm going to leave it at that. When next we meet, we will be talking about the hero's journey and what it can teach us about plot progression. But until then, your prompt is to take your Skyrim character and make him into any one of these monsters. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special thanks to Faith O'Leary, who was behind the camera and did an awesome book review with me. If you want to check that out, here, probably. If not in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need something to comment about your favorite type of plot or your favorite type of monster. You know what? Comment about your favorite type of monster because I want to know. I already told you guys it was werewolves. If you guys want to talk about werewolves and be in the comments, that's cool too. I'll totally talk to you. Yeah, let's do it. And lastly, don't forget that you have a great God and He is with you every step that you take. Till next time, nerds.